Have you ever asked yourself why the rich keep getting richer, while everyone else keeps running in the same circle? Why do some people start with nothing, zero, and still rise to build wealth and businesses, while others work their entire lives and all they have is a paycheck they wait for every month? The answer came from a man who lived both worlds himself. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the world-famous financial book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. His story began when he was just a young boy living in Hawaii. He had two fathers. One was highly educated, full of degrees and titles, yet always drowning in debt, worrying about salary and retirement. The other never finished school, but he understood the rules of money, built businesses, created cash flow, and grew richer year after year. Between the advice of the poor dad and the lessons of the rich dad, Robert lived experiences that changed his entire destiny. This book isn't theory. It's a collection of real stories and life-changing lessons that reshape the way you see money and the way you see life. So let's walk through the story together, because behind every lesson, there's a story worth telling. Lesson 1: The rich don't work for money. Our story begins behind a small shop on a dusty street in Hawaii. Robert and his friend Mike worked long hours stacking magazines and cleaning floors, all for a few pennies. After days of hard work, anger boiled inside young Robert. How can I work this much for just a handful of cents? He thought. He ran to the rich dad and shouted, "You're taking advantage of us." The man looked at him calmly and said, "This isn't about the paycheck, Robert. It's about understanding something deeper. Most people work because of fear and desire. They fear being poor, so they stay chained to jobs they hate. And they desire more, so they become slaves to the next raise." Robert went silent. He was starting to understand. Money wasn't the goal, it was the teacher. Rich Dad said, "If you want to be rich, don't ask, 'How much will I earn?' Ask instead, 'What will I learn?'" That day, Robert discovered something powerful. The rich don't sell their time for money. They use their time to buy freedom. This week, choose one skill that could increase your future income. Take one small step to learn it. Don't wait for the money now. The value will come after you build who you are. Lesson 2: Financial education matters more than a degree. Poor Dad believed education was everything. He would always say, "Study hard, get good grades, find a safe job, and you'll be fine." But Rich Dad taught something completely different. Schools teach you how to work for someone else, but they don't teach you how to make money work for you. There's a big difference between being academically smart and being financially smart. Robert watched people earn high salaries, yet drown in debt. That's when he realized the problem isn't low income, it's poor money management. Rich Dad taught him how to track income and expenses, how to separate assets from liabilities, how to think about risk before thinking about profit. Over time, Robert learned that money is a game. Either you learn the rules, or you watch others win while you stay on the sidelines. This week, pick a book or YouTube channel that teaches financial literacy. Read 10 pages a day. Become a student of money before becoming a master of earning. Lesson 3: Mind your own business. One day, Robert and Mike came up with a crazy idea. They collected old comic books from a store, set up a small reading room in an abandoned space, and charged kids a couple of cents to read for an hour. And it worked. Kids came every day. Money flowed. It was their first real business. Then a teacher found out and shut it down. They were devastated. They ran to Rich Dad and complained. He smiled and said, "Don't be discouraged. The wealthy are tested through failure. Every failed business teaches you more than success ever will." Then he said a sentence Robert never forgot. "Money doesn't come from sweat. It comes from thinking. Seeing opportunities, solving problems, making decisions. These are the engines of wealth." Rich Dad always told them, the more you use your mind, even in small deals, the more money you make. This week, think of a simple idea, a tiny project that could earn you side income. Use your creativity. Anything you enjoy can become a source of money. Lesson 4: Know the difference between assets and liabilities. Rich Dad repeated one sentence over and over. The rich buy assets. The poor buy liabilities. At first, Robert didn't get it. So Rich Dad explained, an asset puts money into your pocket, even when you're asleep. A liability takes money out of your pocket every month. Then he asked, do you think the house you're paying a mortgage on is an asset? Robert replied, of course. Rich Dad laughed. If it doesn't pay you, it's the biggest liability you have. That day, Robert realized something shocking. Many people think they're building wealth, but they're actually building cages. Every time you raise your monthly expenses, you lose freedom. Every time you buy something that earns you income, you gain it. Financial freedom, Rich Dad said, is not about having more money. It's about earning while you sleep. This week, make 2 lists: assets, things that bring you income; liabilities, things that drain your money. Your mission: increase assets, reduce liabilities. Lesson 5. Grow your financial intelligence. Rich Dad would always say, the world isn't divided into rich and poor. It's divided into people who understand money and people who don't. Financial intelligence isn't talent. It's a skill. It has 4 pillars. 1. Accounting, understanding how money flows. 2. Investing, knowing how to grow money and manage risk. 3. Markets, knowing what people want and how to provide it. 4. Law and taxes, using the system wisely and avoiding traps. Rich Dad spent an hour every morning reading financial news and studying markets. He knew when to enter, when to exit, when to buy, and when to sell, because he watched with logic, not emotion. In money, knowledge is power. The more you know, the less you fear. This week, read a book or watch a course on investing or money. Write down one concept and apply it in your job or personal life. Lesson 6. Make money work for you. Years later, when Robert grew up, he realized that everything Rich Dad taught him wasn't theory. It was preparation. He started investing in small buildings, then bigger real estate, then companies. Every dollar he invested came back working harder than before. In the beginning, he says, I worked for money. Then eventually, money began working for me. This is real financial freedom, not quitting work, but having income whether you work or not. And the path begins with one small step. Robert says, start investing with what you have, not what you wish you had. If you have $10, make one of them work for you. The rich don't wait for perfect conditions. They create them. This week, start one small income source, no matter how small. A digital service, a micro investment, a tiny project. The important thing is, start. Conclusion. 6 lessons, 6 new ways to think about money. 1. Don't work for money, make money work for you. 2. Learn the language of money because money speaks to those who understand it. 3. Use your brain before your sweat. 4. Buy assets, not things that drag you backwards. 5. Build your financial knowledge every day. 6. Let money work for your freedom. At the end of the book, Robert says, it's not about how much you earn, but how you think. The journey to wealth doesn't start with money. It starts with your mind. Write in the comments, which lesson touched you most, and what step will you take this week? Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, so every week you'll get a new summary that shifts your thinking and brings you one step closer to your financial freedom.